Hello everyone, welcome to this new section on Introduction of Scrapy. Here I am going to explain the topics advantages and disadvantages, installation and setup of Scrapy in PyCharm, basic crawling using Scrapy in PyCharm, setting up of DB connection and storing the data, crawling of multiple pages using Scrapy, and mini projects to strengthen the fundamentals. So first, before going to installation and setup, I'll explain about advantages and disadvantages. So advantages are Scrapy has been built for extracting the data from the HTML sources using XPath and CSS expression. In last section, in Beautiful Soup, what we'll do is we'll extract the entire HTML data and then parse the value and stores the value, right? But here, instead of doing the extracting the entire HTML source, we'll only pick the sources like the data which we need using the XPath and CSS expression. So that is one of the advantages of Scrapy. And the Scrapy can be easily extensible. What that means is, if you are scrapping 5 links from a particular website, if you need another link, so it is very easy. So you don't have to build or code a lot of things. You just need to initialize the values in some methods, and then then you can store the value as usual. Then Scrapy is up to 20 times faster than the other tools, because Scrapy do not pick the entire HTML source and parse. It just picks the value, so it is multiple times faster than Beautiful Soup or Selenium. So if you take the Scrapy can hit up to 3000 hits per particular second. It is too quicker. Some of the websites will crash at that particular speed, and we also have the option of slowing down the number of hits. So we have multiple options to hit the particular server based on our requirement. Then easily connected to multiple database for storage. So it is compatible with multiple options of DB, so we can store the data accordingly. And then it consumes less memory and resources. That's why we have it's fast, right? So I've already explained about the faster operations using Scrapy. So it consumes less memory and resources for scrapping particular website. And then it has very good documentation. So if you have any doubts or clarification, you can see the documentation. So while installation, I'll explain about the Scrapy website. Okay. Then coming to disadvantages. Scrapy is complex to code comparing to rest of the tools. So if you see Beautiful Soup, it requires 2 or 3 lines of the codes. But here in Scrapy, we have multiple methods, so it is difficult to call and use for a basic developer. So Scrapy only will be used for complex operations. Then not easy to use comparing to rest of the automation. So in Beautiful Soup or Selenium, so we have better usability comparing to Scrapy. So Scrapy is little difficult, and you need to be a little bit advanced programmer to know about Scrapy if you are going to use it in extracting and parsing. Then I'll explain like a sample code run and what we are going to do in this particular project. Okay, so here I have a code where what I am doing is I'm going to this particular website and logging in and then scrapping all the values of the particular website. So what we are going to scrap is we're going to scrap this particular code which the author used, and I'm also going to take the author name and also going to take the tags used in the particular scrap. So here we are going to get all the 10 codes provided by the user. So this particular website has already been provided by Scrapy to scrap. Okay, so I'll go to the particular terminal, and then I'll go to the particular project. The project name is test1. So here you should be aware of how to use the terminals. If not, it's going to be a little tricky, but it's not so difficult. I'm going to teach you anyway. And then what you have to do is you have to type Scrapy crawl, and then you have to give the name. So name is test here. I'll explain everything, don't worry. It's just to show what we can do here. Okay, so here I have given the username and password and all. So based on the username and password, so you can log in and hit the see you can see, right? You can see the quote, the author name, and everything. You can see the title, quote, author name, everything for the entire page is available. Okay, it is also showing the status of the particular hit. So the status is 200 here. Okay, so hope it is understand, and you can also see the advantages of Scrapy. In a single hit, it is going to take all the information. So similar to HTML Beautiful Soup, it takes the entire HTML code, and then you have to parse the information. But here you can only pick the information which you need. Okay, so hope it is very clear on how to use Scrapy. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain about how to install Scrapy. So before doing that, make sure that you have installed PyCharm and Python. So if you have not done, please check out my installation video of Python and PyCharm. Okay. So now I'll explain how to install Scrapy. So you can go to File, settings, and you can go to project interpreter. Okay, and then we have an option of plus symbol here, right? There you can click on plus. Okay, then you will have a lot of options. Then where you can type Scrappy. Okay, if you type, then you will have option of Scrappy available. Okay, you can click on install package. Wait for a few seconds because it takes time to install, and after clicking install you will get a green color text here that the Scrappy is being installed. And you can also install Scrappy user agents. It's not useful now, but in few videos from now you might need it, so you can install Scrappy user agents as well. Okay, and then you can close. I have already installed, so I have not explained in detail. Okay, I can't explain. Maybe I'll also check and let you know, like if the text is available, it's installing the backend, you can see it, right? Okay, let me wait. Okay, so here it will be available like package Scrappy is being installed. Okay, likewise you can also install Scrappy user agents. Okay, I'll close it, and then you can click OK. Okay, and then you can go to terminal here. Okay, you will have a terminal where wherever you have installed the Scrappy will be directly available. Okay, so don't worry about that. If not, you can go to the place where you have installed Python, and then there will be Scrappy folder created. Okay, so you can start from there. Then what you can do is, you can, to create a project, you can type Scrappy start project, and you can give a project name. So I'll give project name as test2. Okay, I have already created test1, so just for that I have given test2. It's up to you to decide the project name. Please don't give a big name because you need to type to go to this particular folder every time. So give a smaller name. Okay, if I click enter, it will load and it will create a particular project. You can see here what it's saying is the new folder of project test2 is being created. Okay, and it has lot of directories. All the directories is being updated, and then to start your first spider, you can go into test2, and then you can do gen spider, and you can start scrapping any particular website. You can start scrapping from this particular terminal itself. You don't have to code anything, but for the time being, I'll just explain what it is available here. Okay, I'm going to Scrappy. You can see the test2 is being available. Okay, here you can see test2 spiders. So every scrapping will be available under this particular spiders only. So if you go to the particular window, you can see the same folder structure. So all the things which will go and do the typing will be under spider to crawl a particular website. So hope it is clear on how to install and set up the particular Scrappy. So from next video, I'll explain about all the particular properties of all these particular files and how to create the first spider. So thanks for watching. See you in next video. Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see about components of Scrappy. So before going to that, I am going to explain. So if you have installed the Scrappy and created your first project, if not, please do that. If not, you will get disconnected from this course. So make sure that you do all the actions along with the course, so that you will understand better and you will get better execution results. Okay. Then if you are not using the PyCharm, or if you are trying to use some other terminal, you can use the particular terminal and type like this. I'm not going to do this here. Pip install Scrappy. So similar to what we have done in any other install, you can do the same. Pip install Scrappy, and then you will have the Scrappy install. It is a Python package, right? So you can just any Python package you can install using pip install on the package name. Okay. So this is what I just wanted to add as part of the last video, but I have missed it. So I'm adding now. Now we can see all the features of the files created when we are creating a project. Okay, we can go one by one. So I have created a project called test2. So this particular project got created, and below that we are having the same folder called project2, which consists of all the particular files which we have created. Okay. So then what we are going to do is we are going to see spiders. So this is the most important like package inside Scrappy, because spiders does all the actions for us. So spider does all the Python scrapping action. So whatever we do in scrapping, we'll be coding under the spiders only. Okay. Then coming to init file. So what init files is, if you are already know about Python, so you will know about initiation files. So initiation files is nothing but it is an internal file created by Scrapy. So this has no text, so you don't have to know much, but it is just used for initiation. So this is the same in this particular init folder also. Okay, it is used only for internal purpose, so you can close it. Then these 4 particular files, items, middlewares, pipelines, and settings, are the most important files. So in this particular video, I'll explain only about the settings file. Okay, because it covers the most topics. So I don't want to have a video which is very big, so which will have you discontent. Okay, I'll start with boat. So if you are already a user of web and you know something about web, you already know about boat, right? So boat is something which does the action through code on its own. So it is not a human, it is like a robot. Okay, that means that you are not doing the action. Instead of you, any particular code which you have written is doing action. Generally, the crawl will be done by using boat, right? So you are not going to any particular text and taking the text and pasting, right? Instead instead of you, the boat is using or doing the particular action, right? So the name of a boat is test2. So test2 is the file name which you have created. So Scrapy is using the same file name which you have created in boat. Then coming to spider module and new spider module. Both are internally created spiders, and the name consists of our project name and spiders. Okay, so you don't have to worry about this a lot, because it will be created and it is for internal purpose only. Then coming to robot text._obey. So I'll explain about robot here itself, because you will have the confusion. So what robot text is, every particular website, once again I'll go to Google Chrome, has its own robot.txt. If robot.txt is available, you can scrap whatever you want. Okay, any particular website. I've already explained about robot text in Beautiful Soup. If you are not aware, you can go to the particular video and see again. If not, I'm going to explain about here also shortly. Okay, so any particular website who don't want you to scrap the data or use bot, they will have a robot.txt. It will help you to understand what particular agent is allowed and what particular process is not allowed. Okay, so here I went to amazon.in, where there's a robot.txt. It explains what are allowed and what are disallowed. Okay, so it is you can see what are all allowed, right? So you can see something is allowed. You can, if your vendor button can be used and install can be used, which yeah, you can see what is allowed, what is not allowed. Okay, some website provide more allowed than disallowed, but you know, right? So Amazon, most of them hits the server and creates a lot of chaos, so they are disallowing most of them. Okay, so this is the robot.txt. Then coming to here, so here there is a rule called robot.text obey. So if you want to obey the rules of the particular website, then you have to have true, if not false. So in most of the situation, please make sure that it is true. If you really need to scroll something for your own purpose, you can give false and you can scroll it. Okay, if you are doing that, then the particular website can stop you from entering. Okay, they can block your IP or do something else. So I'll explain about how to change the IP also in this particular video series, but just for understanding purpose, so mostly it should be true instead of false. Okay, then coming to user agent. So user agent is very important when coming to scrolling. Okay, so if user agent is not being used, okay, here what it does is, it means that bot is hitting the particular system. So as you know, if you are obeying by the rules, so that particular website will allow you to hit the server and get the details even as a bot. Okay, but if you are trying to disobey the particular robot.txt, then you have to change a user agent. So what user agent means, it provides a detail who you are. Okay, for example, if you are having Mozilla, for example, if you are trying to hit it as test2 and the domain name, so you are providing the details of who you are, which spider you are using. Okay, so if you are not following the robots.txt, you have to, if you are changing it as false, then you have to make sure that user agent have the details of your user agent, not the bot details. If you are providing the bot details, they are going to block your IP, right? So for those purpose, we will change the user agent. I'll also explain about how you have to change a user agent and how to make sure that the automation appears to be human. Okay, this explains, this changes the particular details of it's using the bot, but you hack it or you crawl it as a particular human itself. Okay, then coming to concurrent request. So this is something which helps you to do the request. So I'll go to the website to show. So here if I type the google.com, what it does is our browser create a request to the particular server and get the details, right? So what concurrent request does is it provides how many hits per second is being used. As I mentioned already, Scrapy have the ability to create even 300 to 1000 requests per second, but if you do that, the particular host or a particular server finds out that you are a bot. Okay, so default is 16, so better we can use the 16 itself instead of 32. Okay, so if you are doing particular big hits, better to use 16 or 32 instead of 200 or 300. Even if you have big servers and if you are trying to hit your own servers, yeah, of course you can give 200 or 300 to get better results or quicker results. Okay, then coming to other topics such as auto throttle, we'll have something like auto throttle here. Maybe I'll check. Yeah, here you can see auto throttle, right? So what auto throttle does is it provides a balance to the server. So if the server which you are hitting is crashing, then it automatically throttles a delay. It provides a delay to the particular request so that the particular server can will not crash and it will perform the action like our Scrapy can do without doing much damage. Okay, so that is it related to this particular video. In next video I'll explain about items, middlewares and pipelines. So thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone, this will be the second video of the components and the last video as well. So in last video I explained up to settings. So I'm going to explain about items, middlewares and pipelines in this particular video. First I'll open the items. So what items does is it contains a class where the items which we are scrapping is initialized. For example, I'll go to the website. Okay, here I have codes to scrap. So this is the website which we are going to do the first scrapping project or spider. Okay, so what we have is here we have codes, authors and the tags, right? So to scrap all the details, so we have to initialize whether it is a text or integers or price or whatever we want will be available in the particular website. So we have to initialize whether the particular field is stored. So for example, it determines what is the particular field and which field we are going to use for scrapping. So basically it determines whether the field is name or it is a number or it is a character or whatever you want. Okay, so from this is where the entire structure is being started. So this is the definition of a particular field is defined in this particular video. You can see here, define the field for your title here. Okay, so for example here we have name, right? Name and Scrapy and field. Okay, so you can change it as codes from the particular video, so from the particular website as you need. Okay, you can change the name and then you can yield it. Okay, I'll explain about yield and other topics in later videos. And that's it related to Scrapy. So Scrapy will have the items. This particular item or class will be called inside the spider and we can get the details of all the particular fields from items to the spiders. Okay, then coming to pipelines before middleware, because it will be more understandable. Okay, what pipeline does is after we are scrapping the file, okay, how you store the data or how you handle the data will be determined in pipelines. For example, after getting the data, you can store the data in Excel or you can store the data in JSON format or CSV or DB. For example, if you want to crawl the data and store it in SQLite or MongoDB, you can do that in pipelines.py. It creates a connection between the end storage and the scrapped data. Okay, so this is what pipeline does is it stores the data or it handles the data properly. Then coming to middlewares. So middlewares is also an important area where what it does is, so we are providing a request to the particular website, right? So that particular request is being handled by this particular middleware. How you do the request is handled here. So for example, as I mentioned as user agent, right? So if you're using a bot and if the website finds whether it's bot or not, then it will be a problem, right? So they will block our IP. So here it handles the user agents and all those informations, and you can also do proxy using middlewares. You know what is proxy, I think, but anyways I'll explain. So proxy is changing a particular IP based on a request. So if you don't want the website to hack your IP or block your IP, so you can do the proxying to change the IP repeatedly to crawl the data. So even the response can be used and handled by the middlewares. If you are getting a response, so if you are getting a lot of response also, the block can be done. So you can change a response and you can store the data according to pipelines. For example, if you want to change the data according to the pipeline, you can do the data conversion or all such activity which according to the needs of pipeline in middlewares. Middlewares is something which handles the data and provides through the pipeline, okay, and it also provides the request in a defined format. So hope the components of the particular crawling is clear. In next video we can start about all the spider creation and we can start crawling. So thanks for watching, see you next video. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to create our first spider. So as I mentioned in previous videos, I'll use Css Selector for creating the first spider. So I'll go to the spiders. As I mentioned, like we need to create all the codings and crawling in this particular, inside this particular folder, right? So I'm creating a Python file. You can name whatever you want, okay? I'm going to use test spider, okay? I'm clicking Python file, so and thus open the file. So here you need to create your first spider. So let me start with importing Scrapy. As you know, Scrapy is a Python package, so I'm introducing this Python, importing it, and then I'm creating a class. Okay, class you can give whatever name you want. I'm just giving test spider again. Okay, it's up to you to give whatever name you want. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the spider. So how to import the spiders? So you can go type Scrapy dot and then you will have spider, and thus the spider will be created as a variable in this particular crawler. Okay, so and then I can create the name of the particular spider. So this, make sure that you are giving the app name, because this is the name which you are going to use it to run the particular crawler. So I'm going to use spider, okay, and then you have to mention what is the URL which you are going to hit to get the website. So you have to use start underscore URLs, okay, don't miss the S because it won't work. And then you have to have a bracket, okay, and then you can give the URL. Okay, I'll go to the particular website. So I'm going to crawl this particular website, right? So I'm copying and I'm pasting here. Okay, make sure that you give inside the single quotes, okay, and then I'm creating a function. The function name you can use whatever you want, but in general you can use parse because parse is generally used function. And then we can have two parameters, one is self and second one is response, okay. And then what I can do is you can create a variable to store the crawling which you have done. So I'll use, what I'm going to do in this particular video is I'm going to get the title of this particular page. So I'll go to view page source, okay, and I'm going to get the title of the particular page. So the title of the particular page is code to scrap. So here you can see the title of the page, right? So I'm going to try to get the particular page. Okay, so here I'm going to use a variable called title, and then I need to use response.css. So don't worry, I'll explain how to get the features from CSS Selector and exploit in next two videos. So I'm going to use response.css, and then you can go to the go here. So the tag which you are using is title. So before using it, you should make sure that if there is anywhere else the title is being used. So you can see the title is in start tag is here, end tag is here, okay. So I can use this particular tag. So what I'm going to do is I can use title, okay, and then I can click on extract. Okay, so you might ask what is this dot extract, okay. So dot extract is the spider function which you use to extract the particular information, okay. So don't worry about all this, I'll explain how this works by showing in the Scrapy documentation, okay. And then what you can do is you can print the particular attribute, that's it, okay. You can see it is very simple to get all this information, right? So that's why we are using the crawling. It might be more easy in Beautiful Soup because you can get all the values and then later you can get it in the value from the text, right? So here what you are going to do is you are going to go to this particular website and it is going to search for a title. it extracts the information here and stores the value in title, and then we are going to print the value here. So now I'll save it and I'll go to terminal to run the first Scrappy. Okay, so how to go to the particular folders? You can click on CD and you can select the folder. Okay, so we are using test2. Okay, and then as I mentioned, so listen carefully here, because you might get confused. So how to run a particular Scrappy file is, you have to make sure that you have to use the name. Okay, so what to do is you have to type Scrappy crawl and the name of the particular Scrappy file. Okay, so name here is spider. Okay, now I am clicking. So it is hitting, and yeah, you can see, right? We need to check whether is there any error or not. So I could not see any particular error. Okay, so you can ask what are all these, because you can see the middleware, it is going through all the particular functions. Okay, and then we got the output here. You can see the title tag. Okay, the entire tag is being taken from the particular file. Okay, so this is what we need. Okay, so initially what I mentioned is I want to take only the codes to scrap. I don't want all these tags. Okay, then what I need to do is you need to take only text. Okay, I think in Beautiful Soup I have already explained how to take only text. So here what we need to do, so here what you need to do is you need to do double colon, okay, and the text. So automatically what happens is it only gets a text value. I'm clicking save and then I'm rerunning it again. So without typing, you can click on up arrow to find the last edited command. Okay, I've clicked up arrow. You can also type again, or you can click on up arrow. Okay, then I'm clicking enter. Okay, it's loading, it's hitting. Okay, it's running now. I can go see now. You can clearly see the value is dot text. Okay, so only the codes to scrap is available, so only the text is available. Okay, hope you are happy with the first output. Okay, so that's it for this video. In next video I'll explain about Css Selector, and after that I'll explain about XPath. So thanks for watching, see you next video. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to explain about Css Selector. So first, before going to any explanation, I'll go to a particular website and show about the Css Selector. Okay, so here you can see the entire website, and the entire website has its own HTML tag. Okay, along with the HTML tag you can also see several CSS tags. So CSS tag is something like div, class, span, meta, everything will come under CSS. Okay, so CSS is a cascading style language used along with HTML to perform a different styling option in website. So let me explain like how we can do as a scrapping using the CSS in this video. Okay, so here what we'll try to do is we'll try to pick the values of title from CSS, and we'll also try to pick the other values like maybe author name, and also like other textual content like title. Okay, like the text. Okay, you can see I'll try to take the author name and text in this particular video series to teach you. Okay, so before going, I'll not use the Scrappy here. So instead what I'll do is I'll directly go to this particular Scrappy program, and I'll not use any spiders here. Okay, just to explain CSS Selector. So further what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a new terminal. Okay, I'll not use this particular terminal, I'll go to a new terminal. Okay, and then what I can do is first I'll try to do I'll create shell. Okay, shell is something which automatically tries to scrap on its own. Okay, there is no need of any particular code. So these codes are not being used, so don't worry. So how we can do is you can type Scrappy shell. Okay, and then you can use single quotes or double quotes. Okay, and then you can use the website which you are going to scroll. You can right click and paste it. Okay, and that's it. Okay, if I click enter, you will have lot of options. I'll wait. Okay, you can see lot of options here. So here we have Scrappy, scroller, item, request, response, settings, spider, fetch, scalp, and view. Okay, so these are the options available. So here I'm going to teach you only about CSS. So I'm going to use only a response option here. Okay, you can use response.css. Okay, So I have already in last video I explained about picking the title. So you can do the same. You can pick the title tag. Okay, if you click on title and if you click, sorry, I should close that tag. If you click title, so automatically what it does is it goes and fetches the entire line of a title. You can see here the entire line of title is fetched. Okay, so what you can do is if you want to fetch only the particular extract, okay, then what you can do is you can click on, I'll click up arrow and then I can click on extract, and then I'll use double quote function. Okay, here it picks only the particular line. Okay, if you don't want any such text, then you can use extract. Okay, if you want only the particular text, then what you can do is you can go here, and as I mentioned in previous video, you can use double colon and then click text. Here what it does is it goes and prints only the code to scrap. Here I can see only the scrap is available. Okay, so here what I need you to understand is, if you already know about Python, so this is list or array. Okay, it's up to you to understand whatever you like. Okay, so this array. So here if you can see it is under the particular list. If you want only the text to be available, we have another thing called as extract underscore first. So what it does is we only get the first value of our text. You can see it is text. Okay, so we also have another option. Okay, I have already explained in last video. So you can I'll go to this particular command. So you can double up arrow. Okay, and then if you want only the first value, you can click a 0. So in last video itself I have explained. So I just want to clarify it more. You can see the code is available. One update what I can explain here is, if you use the array option here, the value should be available. If it's not available, then you will get an error. Okay, but if you use this particular extract first option, then if the value is not available, you are going to get empty response. Okay, so that is the difference between this one and this one. Okay, so you can use accordingly. Then now I'll try to pick the textual content. So the textual content, okay, how we can do is, can select and you can click on inspect. So what it does is it directly goes to the particular CSS selector. So the CSS selector here is span and the name of a class is text. So how you have to use this? You have to use it as span.text. Okay, so that is how you have to use. One thing what you need to do is you need to make sure that we have only that particular span.text. Okay, so I'll just copy and see if we have any other place. So here you can see only the text content has all this feature. Okay, here we have 10 codes. So this particular code will have the common functions or CSS selectors being used. Okay, so I'm going to fetch the text. Okay, how we will do fetching is response.css. Okay, here what I'm going to do is I'll use single quotes or double quotes as you need. Okay, span.text. Okay, that means you are going to get the span.text. So since I want only the text, I'll use double quotes of text dot extract. Okay, so what it does is it is going to get all the 10 code. It's throwing in a, sorry, I didn't close the parenthesis, sorry, single quote. You can see all the code is available here. Okay, so all the 10 is available here. So if you want only the first one, then what you'll do is you'll go here, type 0, then click enter. So you're going to get only first one. If you want the last one, then you need to use 9. Okay, so let me check. Here I can see day without sunshine is like night. Okay, so hope it is very clear on how to extract text. Now I'll explain about author. Okay, so similar to what we have done, we can right click, inspect. Let us see what is the CSS tag being used. So here the CSS class is, you can use small dot author or you can use dot author directly. Okay, it's up to you to decide. Okay, so last video I explained about span dot the particular class name, right? So here I'll explain only about the class name. Okay, so I'll again type response.css I'll open the brackets. I'll type dot author. Automatically dot means class, okay, class name. And then I'll use text, single quotes being closed, and then extract. Okay, so here you should get all the values. So similar like all the 10 authors. So if you want only the second one, so you can click on 1. Okay, so here array starts from 0 to n-1, right? So here if you want the first element, then you need to type 0. If you need second element, you need to type 1. Okay, so the value should be JK Rowling. Here you can see the order. So JK Rowling should be the answer. Yeah, it is available as expected. So hope it is very clear on how to use CSS. In next video I'll explain about CSS and also the XPath. So thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about how to extract data using XPath. So XPath is also another parsing tool used for fetching the data from browser. Okay, so I'll go to the browser. Okay, so similar to what we have done here in the last video. So what we'll do is we'll try to fetch the data of textual content using XPath and the tags using the XPath. Okay, so these are the two options here. So let me go to the video on the IDE. Okay, so similar to what we have done in last video. So here we are going to use again shell to fetch the data. Okay, so here I'm starting with Scrapy shell, single quotes or double quotes as you wish. Here I'll use double quotes since last video I used single quotes. Can right click, paste, can close the double quotes, click enter. So we are going to get same response as last video. So generally the procedure is not going to be different, only inside tags will be different. Okay, so similar to last video I'm going to start using a response. Okay, so like last video we used CSS, so here you can use something called XPath. Okay, that is the only difference. You can open. So in last video I have used just title, right? So here instead of title, what you need to do is in XPath you need to use like slashes. Okay, so that is the difference. Title, I'm closing, clicking on dot extract. Okay, that's it. Okay, here you can see the entire tag and only the textual part is available. Okay, along with the HTML. Okay, last video it was different, right? So if you want only the text, what you can do is you can as usual you can have like this, and instead of double colon you have to use slash text. That's it. Clicking OK. Oh, something is wrong. Yeah, sorry, one thing I missed. So here the text should be available as function. Okay, so that is the only difference. Okay, so here you have it as a list. Okay, so similar to last video, you can also have the list like this. You can have 0. Okay, here we will have the value, or you can also have underscore first, because this is not related to CSS but it is related to the functions. Okay, so both options what we had here in last video is there. So only difference is CSS and XPath. Okay, so inside the function is what we are doing the change. Okay, then now I'll explain how to fetch the data of this particular text. Okay, so we know already what is being used. So here they are using span and text, right? So here there is a small change here. So I'll go to response.xpath, open the function. So here I'll open the double quotes. So here how you use span.text is, last video in CSS we have used span.text. So here what you need to do is you need to have double slash, can give the name span, and then instead of dot you need to open a bracket and at the name of the class. Text is the name of, we should use instead of using that like that, you need to use class is equal to text. You may think this is little difficult, but in most of the cases in complex functions it is very easy to use XPath instead of it's confusing. It is very easy to use XPath instead of CSS in complex cases. In easy cases it is better to use CSS Selector. Okay, then I can click on dot extract. Okay, instead of dot, very simple dot, you need to use class is equal to text and then close it. Okay, here it has all the data. Okay, so if you want only the first one, so obviously you can have at. So before doing at, I'll also explain now what if you need only the text. So here you can see the HTML tags are available, right? So here after the closing of tag, so you need to have slash text function. Okay, if I click OK, then I'll get only the textual function. Okay, hope it is very clear. And then if you want only the first one, so as usual, this is not something which is different, only the first one, then you can have array with 0. Okay, here you have only the first value is available. Okay, so hope it is very clear on how to get the value. So similarly, you can also have extract underscore first. Okay, the first value is available. Okay, then I'll explain about how to fetch the data of some data. So here I can explain you how to get the tag, or I can also explain how to get the particular button. Okay, so here you can see a button, so I'll just close and I'll try to fetch a href. Okay, so what did I'll explain again. So sorry, I should give inspect. This is a particular link. Okay, even though it is a button, it refers to the next page of the code.scrap. Okay, so that is what this href means. Even though that is a button, that button navigates to the next page of the particular website, right? So how we can get the link is what we are going to see here. We can go and type a response. Okay, and then I can click CSS, and then I'll open. Here you can see li, it is available under li, right? So I'm going to use li dot, we have next is a class name, so next, and then we have next value as a, so I'll click space and a. And then what we need to do is, inside that what we need is, we need only the href data. So here you can see we have lot of data, right? So if I need only the href data. We can also get the spam data here, but here since I'm going to need href data, I'm going to use XPath. Okay, so here what I have done is I have included both CSS concept and also XPath concept. I can use at href double quotes. I'll close the path and then click on extract. So what I'll get is, I'll get this particular value. So let us see. Okay, so here that particular value is available. Okay, and then so you don't have to be this much complex, because we need to check whether A is available anywhere else. A means this anchor tag. Okay, I'll go and check. Yeah, here you can see there are many places where anchor tag is there. Okay, so here I'll try to fetch all the anchor tags available just to show you. So what you can do is you can click on response.css a of .xpath at href. I'll close it and then click on extract. So what it does is, it fetches all the link available in the particular page. There is something wrong. Sorry, I missed a single quote here. Okay, so here you can see all the tags available. You can see all the anchor tags available or properly available. You can see tags, author, everything is available. Okay, if you want only the tags, what you need to do is you need to have a /tag means, then you will get only the tags. Okay, so this is very simple to pick. So in next video, I'll try to help you how to take all these values by using spider, not using this Css Selector. I'll take the value of text, author and tags and then store it in a database. So that is going to be the first preliminary task. Next video I'll try to pick up all these three values and help you understand better. So thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone. As mentioned in previous video ending, in this video I'll start explaining how to fetch all the data available in this particular website. So here what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to get the data of text, author name and tags from this particular division and the entire divisions of this particular page. So in this particular video I am going to take only the title, author, tags of only this particular division. Okay, So now let me go into the Scrapy and see I have cleaned up all the data. So for every particular video I will have the code base available in the attachment, so you can see in resources section. So in case if you have any doubts, you can always come back and clarify from me. Okay, so first I will go to the particular website which we are going to scrap. Maybe before that I will start creating the name of a particular spider and initialize the website which we are scrapping. So name can be, you can create whatever you want. I'm just giving test here. I don't want to give something fancy and later find it difficult to type. And then I'm going to create start underscore URLs. So this is, as I mentioned in before videos, this is the link from which we are going to scrap the data. So this will have the URL. I'll copy the URL, paste it. Okay, so that's it related to test spider. So now everything which we are going to try and parse will be available under the parse. Okay, so here what I'll try to do is, instead of getting every particular value one by one, I'll try to fetch the entire division, and then from that particular division I'll try to pick the values. Okay, so I'll go to the website, I'll try to get the entire division. Okay, so I'll click on inspect, I'll get the HTML tag. So here text is available here, tags is available here, and let me see whether author is available here. Yeah, I can see the author information available here. So all the values are available inside this particular division. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll try to gather all the information from this div, and then I'll use the division information separately. Okay, so I'll try to do that instead of going to the particular tag and then getting the data. Okay, so what I can do is I can store the value of the entire division in a particular value, and then I'll take it as a separate variable every time I use it. Okay, so I'll go to the code, and what I'll do is I'll create a attribute or variable to store the data. So how will get the data? You have to go to response.css, and then you have to give the name of a particular division. So the division name is code. So what you will generally do is you will give div.code, right? Okay, so as I mentioned in this video, I'm going to get only the value of this particular division, so I'm going to give 0. Okay, and then I need to get the title information, author information, tag information. Okay, so now we will see how to get all these data. So title is available under the division tag with the span.text class. Okay, so what I'll do is instead of getting the response.css, I'll call the particular variable all div, and then what I'll do is I'll click CSS, and then I can select like span.text. What that means is I'm going to get all the values. Okay, and then I'll get the textual information only, and then I'll extract it. What it means is I've gathered title information. So similar to that, I'll get all div information .css, and then what should be the tag we should give. So here you can see the class name is author. You can give small dot author, or you can directly give dot author. So let me use dot author itself, and then similarly I'm going to get only the textual value, and then I'll extract. Okay, and then tag. So similarly I'm going to get all div.css, and then what should be the tag? So here we have the class name as tags, so I can use dot tags. Sorry, it should be available under a single quotes. I'll get only the textual information, and then again I'll type extract. Okay, so what that means is I've got all the value. Okay, now what I'll do is after getting all the value, I should print the value, right? So how you can print the value is you can print the value then and there. Okay, but if I do that, I can print only once, right? So what I can do is we have an option called generator in Python. If you are not aware of generator, you can go to my Python course and check out what is generator. Okay, if not, you can go to web and search what is generator and what is the keyword use. The keyword use is yield. It fetches all the values, okay, in a structure in which we want. Okay, what we will do is we'll type it as title, okay, and then I can use quotation, and then I'll use the variable called title. Okay, and similarly I can use author, and then I can use tag or tags. So I'll use tag here. Okay, what that means is, so every value is available. So that should have a comma. I missed it. The variable name is tag. Okay, so what this program will do is it will fetch a value and we'll get all the response as required. Okay, so I can see an error. Let me see what we can do. No, this is not an error. So this is a warning. Okay, so now I'll try and run the program. Okay, I'll open the terminal. I'll open the particular spider, test2, and then I'll name the spider. So Scrappy crawl, and the name of the spider. So name of the spider is test. I have used as test contest. Let me see if the code is retrieved or the data is retrieved. Okay, I think it's ended. So let me see. I think it looks good. Okay, I can see all the data of author, title properly. I think there is some issues with tags because I could see some bounded errors or something. Let me check. All dev.css.tag. Oh, sorry, it should be tag. It should not be tags, so it should be tag. Okay, so tags covers all the details, so that's why you can see all the details available here. So you need to get only the tag details, right? So I missed it. So what you can do, you can change the tags to tag. So similarly, you will face all these issues like this. So you can always check the results and change it back. So I'll rerun the code and see. Okay, now it should be good. Let me see. Okay, still we have some issues. Sorry, I missed a colon, like the function was not being called. Sorry for the delay. I'll rerun the code again. This should be definitely having all the details. Yeah, it is very good. You can see the title, you can see the author, you can see the tag name. So yeah, I think the idea of getting the data from this particular website is very clear now, and you can check out on creating get data from all the divisions before watching the next video, so that you know that you are fundamentally strong in creation of scrappy content and program. So that's it for this video. Next, you'll see in next video about scrapping all the content of the particular page. So thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone, welcome to the second video of codes to scrap. So in last video we have seen about taking the codes of title, author and tags from the first element. Okay, so for example, if you want the codes from second element, okay, so what you can do is you can click like 1 instead of 0 and then you can run. Okay, let me run and show you. Okay, so yeah, author name is JK Rowling. Let me check. Yeah, the author name is JK Rowling. Okay, so in this video, what is the ultimate goal is so to scrap every particular box available in this particular page. Okay, so what I'll do is, so obviously you have to take out this particular array or list created. Okay, so if you do like this, so what happens? So here this particular function will be called. Okay, and then what happens here is, so we'll have all the data being stored in this particular div. Okay, and then this title is going to fetch only the first value. Okay, and then the author is going to fetch only the first value, and then tags is going to fetch only the first value. Let me run and show you why we need a loop functionality. Okay, here you can see there is some issue. So you got only the first value, right? You can't see any more values. You can see, right? So that's a problem. So it starts with the only one value. Okay, so for that, what you need to do is we need to have a for loop. So if you are not sure about Python programming or any programming, so for loop will be difficult for you. I can't explain much in detail about it. So loop is something which do the operation over and over again until a particular condition fails. Okay, so for now what I'll do is I'll create a for loop. Like, for loop can be created by keyword called for, and then I can use tests. Okay, any variable. Okay, variable name is up to you to decide. Okay, and then the condition. So the condition is all div until all div has values. Okay, and then for loop you need to have a colon to start the particular loop. Okay, and then in Python how things work is we will not have brackets, right? So we'll do it by indentation only. So I can copy all the text and I can give a tab, then automatically everything will be available under the particular tab. So everything looks aligned. So now I think it should ideally work and fetch all the details available in the particular folder. So let me check if I made any errors or something which I need to add. So here I will get fetch all the value from all div and store it, and the condition is until all the values or all the boxes over. So in this particular page we have 10 codes. Okay, so until all the 10 is like until all the div is available with the particular name called code. Okay, and then the particular value will be stored in test. Okay, and then yeah, I think I made a big mistake. Okay, so then since I have transferred the value from all div to test, I can't use all div anymore. So I should change the all div value with tests. I think now it should work. Okay, so let me run. So hope it is clear. Anyways, I'll explain once again. So all div value, like one by one, it gets stored in tests. For example, for initially what happens is all div value will be for the first tag, it will be like this particular value. Okay, this particular box. So that will be stored in test, and then we get the value and we print the value. And then what happens is again goes to the loop. Okay, and then it checks for if there is any more div. So we have this particular div. So what happens? The text author and tags will be again printed using this particular functionality. So it does over and over again. So that's what this for loop does. Okay, then I'll rerun the codes. Let me check if ideally all the codes, tags, authors information should be available. Let me see. Yeah, it looks perfect, right? All the information is available, all the 10. So it started from the world as we have created the first one, and then let me see the last one. Okay, the last one is a day without sunshine is like. Okay, let me see. Yeah, a day without sunshine. Okay, it looks good, right? So you can see all the values is available here. So in next video I'll explain about how to create an item for item container. Okay, using this item instead of creating these variables one by one here. And then I'll also explain about how to save the data which we have scrapped. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about how to save a data which we have scrapped in a particular format. Okay, so in this particular video I will explain how to store a data in JSON, CSV and XML format. Okay, so to save any particular data you have to use the command called Scrapy. Okay, crawl, and then name of a particular function. Here we have test, so whatever name which you have given here you can give here. Okay, and then you have to choose a command called -o, and then you have to give the name in which you want to store. I want to store it as code to scrap.json. okay, and then I can click enter. So what happens is, so wherever the particular spider is available, at the same location you will have the particular file stored. Okay, now let me see it. Let me close and reopen. Okay, here you can see the JSON file. You can see the value is available. Okay, in JSON there will be tags available here. So this is there. So next, now what I'll do is I'll help you create a CSV file. Okay, you can change the name as you need. Okay, and then I'll create CSV. Click OK. So and then the data will be available in CSV. So CSV means separating the data using commas. Okay. Similarly, I'll close and reopen. Okay, here you can see title, author, tag, all the values available properly. Okay, so if you have multiple text, you can see we will have a double quotes, and inside that there will be comma. If you have single quotes without any issues, then you will have without double quotes. Okay, so if a particular text or any particular parameter or row value as comma available, then the particular value will be available in double quotes. If not, it will be available in single quotes. Okay, so this is what you need to know. And next video, sorry, now I'll explain how to create an XML also. Okay, yeah, it should be available here. Close and reopen. Yeah, you can see the XML. So in XML you can see the tags. So inside items we have title. Once title is completed, you have author, and then you have tags available. Okay, here you have tags, change, deep thought, and thinking. Okay, so this is how the value is will be stored. So similar to this, we can store it in database also. That I'll explain you in next in a couple of videos. In next video, we'll see about how to use item container for scraping data. So thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see about how to use items and why we need to use items. So item is a container which stores all the particular parameters of a scrapping which you are going to perform. For example, if you are going to perform 20 such scrapping fields, then it is better to use it in items, and then you can use the item class to the appropriate spiders. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll open the test spider. Okay, so here what you have done is you have used all these three fields. Okay, what if you are going to use other than in this particular division, if you are going to do like scrap any other field, so you have to recode everything over again. Okay, so if you don't want to do those kind of scenarios, okay, and if you want to know like what kind of attributes you are trying to scrap, then it is better to use items. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll declare all the parameters which I'm going to scrap. Okay, I'll remove the pass because it should provide the data. Okay, so this is the format in which we have to store the data. So I'll now change the attribute values. So I'll use title, author, and tags. I'll change the name. Okay, so all the three values available here. So we have created a class which will be already created based on whatever spider name you have. Okay, or you can also create your own items. Okay, so you can copy paste from the resources, or you can type all the values. Okay, and then you can go to spiders, and then you can call the particular items. So if you are already aware of Python, so you know how to import the value. So to import the value, what you need to do is you have to use from command, from dot items, and then import. Sorry, import is already available, right? Import test 2 of item. So you are importing the items, this particular item from test2 items. Okay, then what you are going to do is you have to use the items. Okay, how you will do is you have to create a particular variable here to declare all the values of a class. So how I'll do is I'll create a parameter like attribute or variable called items, and then I'll use the particular class test2.items. Okay, that's it. So you can start using the items everywhere. Okay, so here what I'll do is, so before going to yield, so what we are doing, so we are extracting all the values, right? So and then what we can do is we can store it in items. And you can declare the feeds which you are going to handle. sorry, yeah, I'll copy and change the values. Copy author here and tag with tag here. Okay, so now what happens is the entire connection between the items and test spider is created. So the output, you will not see much difference on why you are going to why you are using item container. But the point is, if you are going to scale up in a large extent, you should start using items, middlewares, pipelines, everything, to make sure that it is easily scalable. If you are hard coding everything manually, it is going to take a lot of time for you to complete that particular task. Okay, now let me run and see whether it's working fine or not. Okay, sorry, yeah, I can remove all these fields. Name is test, so I can run. Let me see whether all the values is available or not. It should contain all the values of the particular website. There seems to be some error. Let me see. Okay, so I found out the issues. So we have not called the class name. I missed to add the function symbol, so I have added. So now I think it should run. Yeah, so I could see all the changes being visible. You can see here, right? So this is how you can use item container based on your particular wish, and you will not see much difference. Okay, so you have barely hard coded this, and in future I'll explain, instead of using this particular variable, you can use items to generally print all the values using generator. Okay, in next few videos I'll explain that. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about how to integrate pipelines in Spider. So in last video I explained about items and creating a spider and integrating it. Okay, so in this video I'll explain more about pipelines. First I'll open pipelines. So pipelines will be available like this. So generally the spider name will be available as class name. So I've changed it. Okay, if not also you don't have to worry. Okay, then this will be the default sentence. Okay. And then another thing is you have settings.py file. So here we will have the pipeline related content. So yeah, you can see here items underscore pipeline. So if you want to work on pipelines, you need to uncomment all this data. Okay, so I'll select, click on control plus slash. Okay, if you do that, control plus slash, not backslash, slash. If you do that, then you can uncomment it. Okay, if you want to comment it again, you can again plus on control slash. Okay, so here if you do that, then what happens is the pipeline connection will be started. Okay, so the pipeline connection as the default value is 300. So this value sets a priority. For example, if you have like 4 or 5 pipelines or 4 or 5 items which connect to the pipelines, you can prioritize a particular pipeline using this particular value. So more the value, more priority it is. Okay, so I have enabled it. So now we can go to pipelines. So here what I am going to do is, so here already this particular pipeline is connected directly from items. So once the item is being processed, all the values are stored. Okay, and then it goes to the spider and it fetches all the values. Items is fetching all the value, and after fetching it goes to pipelines. As I mentioned in introduction videos and pipeline series, so what happens is after fetching the data, it will go and search for SQL or any other outbound related information. Okay, so in next video I'll start explaining about the SQL integration with the crawling, but here I'll start explaining how pipeline works. So pipeline is the most important parameter to connect the data or to provide the data from Scrapy Python to the end destination. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll create a particular code to print the value to establish a connection. So nothing you need to do. So here I can just print the value and see if the pipeline is being integrated into the code. Okay, and then I can get the value from item. So I can't get everything. Okay, so just to print, I'll get the value of title alone. Okay, I can't get the entire value. I'll get the first value of the Python. Okay, hope it works. I'll save the program and run the code. I'll open the terminal. Okay, I'll run the code. Let us see whether the pipeline is being integrated. Okay, so here you can see the pipeline value is available. Okay, so the pipeline value will be available only for title because I have integrated only the title value here. Okay, if you want to print, you can also print the authors and tags here. If you add it, then it will be printing the pipeline value. So now it is clear how to integrate items with pipeline. In next video, I will start explaining about DB and how to integrate pipelines, spider and items, everything together with the SQLite. So next video, I will start explaining about SQLite and how to integrate the spider with SQLite. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone, welcome to this video on SQLite basics. So here I will create a database and it helps you understand how to create a database in Python. Okay, so what you can do is you can start creating a database file. So how we can do is you can right click, you can go and create your own Python. You can call it as database.py. .py is not required. Okay, you can click on Python file and then you will have the database file created. Okay, so what you need to do is first you need to import some packages to have the value available. Okay, so why I am using SQLite is, so SQLite is integrated with Python package, so that's why I am using SQLite. So you can use the rest of the database also as per your need. Okay, but as part of this particular program, I am going to explain you about SQLite, and SQLite is free to use. Okay, so I'll import SQLite. Once again, sorry, I misspelled SQLite 3. Okay, I'm importing it. I'm creating a variable to establish a connection. There's a keyword called connect to connect to the particular database. And then you can create a particular DB name. Okay, my DB name will be mytest.db. Okay, and then I can create a variable to execute the command. Okay, like cur. I can get the value from connection and then I should create a cursor. So what that means is it starts executing. Okay, that's what the cursor means. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll start executing it. How I'll do? Go.execute. That's it. Okay, whatever codes you are returning or whatever query you are writing will be executed. So how you have to write the queries? You have to have 3 double quotes. Okay, inside that you have to write the query. So I'll create, if you are already aware of any SQL or any particular programming language, it is going to be very easy for you. And write create table and then you can give your table name. Okay, I'll give test_db and then I can create my own variables. Okay, the variables are, as you know, title, and then title variable should be text. Okay, it can be numbers or boolean. Okay, we have 5 data type, but you can use text here. I'll not go in detail about SQL because that's not relevant here. Okay, that's it. So here the query got created. I'll just indent it properly. Okay, just to make sure it is more readable. Then what I can do is, I missed a comma here, sorry. Okay, then once you do, what you need to do after executing, you need to commit the data. How you can commit is con.commit. Okay, there is a function called commit, and then once after everything you can close the connection, just to make sure that your computer memory is not being used. Okay, that's it. You can save. So I have created a particular table. So now let us see whether the particular value is available or any particular DB is created. So how to check is, again click and run the particular database. Okay, here I can see a table is created, so there is no error, and here you can see a database called my test is being created. So what you can do is, we have several tools available in the website like SQLite.com. okay, so here you can get the files and see what is available in the table available in our particular folder. Okay, so this is very useful tool, you can make use of it, and it's absolutely free. Okay, you don't need a sign in also. Okay, you can open DB and you can browse through your computer, and the DB will be created under the particular project, right? So you can click on test DB and click OK. So here you can see what are the test DBs available. So in the code we have test DB created and we have 3 variables. Let us see if the same is available in the website or not. So on clicking, you can see the title, author and tags available properly. Okay, with the exact data type which we have created, text and text. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll try to explain you how to insert a value into the particular table. Okay, so before doing that, first you don't have to execute the creation of DB every time or table every time, because it will throw an error. Okay, maybe I'll keep it like this and do the same so that you will understand. So I'll execute another command. I need to have 3 colons or 3 double quotes, and I'll use command called insert into test underscore TV values. Okay, then what it means is we are inserting a particular value. I have opened a particular function or parenthesis. I'll insert the value A, comma B, comma C. So since it is text, it should be available inside a particular single quotes. Okay, so if I run, so as you know, you will get an error. It will show that this particular table is already created. So what you need to do is you need to comment this particular section, because you can't always create names over and over again, because it will be a duplicate. So now let me run. Here it is. Okay, it is not throwing in any error. So I'll load the particular table again. Okay, here you can see the value A, B and C available as expected. So hope you have understood how to create a particular SQLite table on database and how to insert a value. In next video, I'll explain about how to store the value which you have extracted in Scrapy in a particular database. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone. In this video, I'll explain about how to store a value which we have scrapped in SQLite. So in last video, I created a separate file called database, so which is no longer required. So I'll close the particular database, and I'll also delete the particular DB. Okay, I'll delete both because there is no need of these files, because I have just created that to explain you how to create a particular SQL DB. Okay, so what you need to do is you should start coding in pipeline. So pipeline is all about how to integrate or how to fetch the output created from the Scrapy and save it in any external file structure like SQLDB. Okay, so for that, what we need to do is we need to get the data from items and store it in a particular column. Okay, that's what we are going to do it here. So first, before doing that, it is going to be little complex for you if you don't have even basic knowledge of Python. So I can't explain more here, but I will try to be as specific as possible. Okay, so first, before doing it, I'll just create a Scrapy import SQLite. Okay, I've imported the value. So what I'll do is I'll create an init folder. So do you know what is init folders? Init classes. Init class is a constructor which will have what it will do is it will be first handle priority. Okay, once a class is created, first executed file is init function. Okay, so how you have to create is you have to use def init. Okay, so and then I'll have a couple of spaces. Okay, So what I'll do is first I'll create a particular table every time. Okay, I have not created till now. So how to create it? You have to call a particular function called create. Okay, and then I can create connection maybe, or I'll name it as create db. Okay, so I have to write the particular function. Okay, and then after creating, what you need to do is we need to create a table. So this is creation of connection. Maybe first I need to create a connection and then we have to create a particular db, because I have wrote in last db I have created a connection, right, and then only I have created a db. So or else you can do it both in the same function. Okay, I prefer doing it in separate function because we can remove one function if we don't want one. Okay, then I'll create a function called create table. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll pass. What pass means we can proceed with the next. That's what it means after checking both this particular function. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll create a particular function called create underscore connection. So then what I'll do is I'll create a connection on what I have done. So what I have done in last time is I have created a variable called con, and then I have used SQLite 3 to establish a connect, and then I have created a name of a particular DB, right? Sorry, I think I have pressed, yeah, I created a DB mytest.db. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll create a particular cursor connection, right? So code is equal to self dot, what I have done is con dot cursor. That's what I have done last time. But here how we should do is, so once you start creating and using a particular class, so if you want to use a particular variable of a particular class, what you need to do is you need to use a term called self everywhere. Okay, so everywhere I am using self.con is equal to, that means this particular variable belongs to this particular class. Okay, now everything should be fine. Okay, the connection is being established. Then I'll create a particular function called create db. This will be a long video, sorry for it. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll create a db. Okay, so as usual I'll use self.execute. As usual I'll create table name db. Okay, and then I'll call the particular parameters. Okay, I'll name it as, again same, I'll not rename it, name it as title, text, author as text, and tag as text. Okay, that's it. So I created. So what happens? So every time if I go into this particular class, it will create a particular table. So this should not be the case, right? So what I'll do is I'll create a particular condition before creation. So we need to make sure that we should create only if the particular table is not available. Okay, for that what I can do is, you can, before executing it, I can write a condition called, what I'll do is I'll delete a table if it is already available in that particular name. How I can do is I can use a command called drop table if it exists. That means it's a condition. If it is existing, then it deletes test_db. So that particular table will be deleted. Okay, and then we'll have a particular table created. Okay, so then after that what we can do is we can go ahead with the another function of storing. So here we already have a process, right? So here I have printed the value Okay. So before doing that, what I can do is I can comment a particular line. Okay, I don't need it, and then I think I missed something here. So what I can do is, so before processing, what I can do is I need to get the value and then only pass it, right? So what I will do is I'll create a function called store db, and then I'll get the value of items. Okay, and then only I can print the values, right? So I'll create a particular function called store db, and then I'll do all the storing available which we scrapped from the data. Store db, and we have one more parameter called item. So since I have used item here, so I'm using the same as a parameter just for fetching the value from items.py file. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll fetch a value. However, I'll fetch the values. I'll create if I execute function to store the value. How I'll do is go.execute. What we have done in last video, we have inserted a value, right? So I'll create an insert function. Insert into test underscore db values, and then what should be the values? So values, you can't give value just like that, right? So you should get the value from a table. So I need to initialize the value. So how you need to initialize this? So after the here, before closing, I need to get the value from items, right? Items of title, and I can't get all the values. I should get only one value at a time. Then item of author of 0, comma, item of tag of 0. Okay, that's it. So and then okay, there is some error. So what you need to do is we should have comma and open braces, and then you can have a closed braces here. What that means is the entire value is being stored. So what it does is, every time if there is a table exists, so it will delete the table and we create a table and get the value from a particular value. So what I'll do is I'll run the particular program. Okay. So ideally what it should do is it should create a particular table and then store all the values. Let me see if there is any error or not. Yeah, there seems to be some kind of error. Let me see if I have committed it. Sorry, yeah, I missed something. After completing, we should have committed, right? So I missed a commit here. Con.commit. So after fetching the value, you should commit. Then only it will store the value, right? If not, it is not completed. You can close also. Once the particular value is created, you can write it here, or you can just leave it. Now I'll rerun the code again. Now let me run the code. Let me see if there is any error or not. There seems to be some error. There is no test2. Now let me rerun the code to see. I could not see any error. I think our program worked. Yeah, I could see all the values without any error. Let me load the codes. I'm opening a database. Yeah, I can see all the values. If I double click, oh good. So all the value from the particular page which we have scrapped. Sorry, I missed to open the code. So all the values from this particular website should be available. So world as we created. So the world as we created. So it looks perfect, right? So all the values stored. So this is how you can create a particular database and store the value from which you have scrapped and do it for all the analysis purpose. So hope it is clear. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next video.